Good morning, everyone. I'm going to do a day in the life video for you guys today to kind of see the operations of my multiple businesses in reselling and content creation and all of that good stuff. We shipped on Saturday at about noon, and right now it is Monday at 8 a.m. So you are going to see, what is that? About 37 or 38 hours worth of sales. I believe there's about 32 sales on eBay, Poshmark, and Merkari. I've switched up my morning routine a bit. I used to get up out of bed and immediately get to work, but now I have shifted a little bit and I'm getting up and I'm immediately getting to work on myself. So it's already 8 a.m. I got up at 6 a.m. and I went to the gym where I walked 1 mile and I read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People for 1 mile. And then I walked an additional mile and I read from the scriptures. I was reading the New Testament this morning, started at the very beginning of it. So 2 miles walking, improving myself with self-help books and religious studies. Then I did an hour workout. Now I am back at home. I just had breakfast. I took my supplements. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in what supplements I'm taking. And now I'm getting to work pulling these 30 or so items, and then I'll take you along with me for the rest of the day. Let's pull these items. While I'm pulling these items, Brinley and Scout will be going for a walk. Typically I go with them, but I'm already pretty tired from the 2 miles walking, so I'm just gonna skip out on it today so I'm not extremely tired throughout the day and I can get more work done. So we ended up selling 28 items on eBay in that period. This first one is a Ping G25 9 iron. It's in great condition. I got this at a thrift store for just $2, as well as this Ping i25 7 iron that hasn't sold yet. This sold for $50 plus shipping, and it was listed for under 1 month. The next item is this Farberware 101 heat plug. It says right there, model 101. This one isn't even in the best condition, and it still sold for $27 plus shipping. I got this at a thrift store for $1. You definitely want to keep your eye out for things like this. If you see similar items, heat probes, you're going to look them up and you're going to see that most of them sell for like $12 shipped. So if you're a volume store, you're getting it for $1 and selling it for $8. That's decent margin, I guess, but I would stay away from that. But you're going to find a ton of them worth $25, $30, $40. Those are the ones you want to pick up. Not all Farberware heat plugs do well, but the Farberware 101 does extremely well. This sold in under 2 months. All right, this is the definition of bread and butter here. We have these Apple AirPods first generation. It is the model A1602. I sold 5 of these over the last few hours, 40-ish hours. So we're packing up 5 of these, all going out to individual people. I get these for under $1, and they sold for $7.69 plus $5.87 shipping. I'm usually able to ship these for about $4.40. So I make about $1 after fees on the shipping as well. So I turn about 80 cents into a $6 or $7 profit, which I'm perfectly fine with. Now, I know I just said I wouldn't focus on the heat probes that you can get for $1 that you can sell for $8 plus shipping, but I just said I'm fine with this profit. That's because these have a tremendous sell-through rate. Obviously, as you guys can see, we sold 5 in just under 2 days. So these are selling all the time, all day. You're also going to see another AirPod case that I've been selling a ton of. But when the sell-through rate is amazing, I'm willing to only take $5 or $6 profit because, one, that's like a 5 or 6x. And if I just do that thousands of times per year, I've got myself my mortgage for the whole year. Anyway. So I'm definitely willing to pick these up because they sell so fast, even though the actual profit total isn't huge on each sale. Next up, we sold 3 AirPod Pro Generation Pros, first generation AirPod Pros cases. The model is A2190. These ones I pick up for $4 each, and all 3 of these sold for $16 plus shipping. Again, same strategy for these ones on the shipping. So on these ones, it's about a $9 profit, and they sell extremely well. We sold 3 of them, 4 into 16, good stuff. We've got an awesome sale here on the top row of the plush. I'm not a great plush salesman. I don't sell a ton of them, but this one was awesome. I got this on First Class Treasures about 92 days ago, and I listed it for like $65, and it sat for 90 days. Then after 90 days, I marked it down 15% like I do on all of my items that have been in my store for 90 days. And it got marked down to $50.89, and it immediately sold to an international buyer at $50.89. This is Ruby. It is on the Rooster Teeth Anime Company tag. Nice profit here for sure, especially considering I got this for $4 shipped off of First Class Treasures live show. So definitely a huge profit. If I would have just listed it a little cheaper, it would have sold immediately in under a week. But because I listed it too high, it took 90 days, and once it hit that 15% off, sold immediately. Next up, we have these Tiffany & Co. eyeglass sunglasses frames. I had them listed for $120, and they were listed for under 2 weeks. Someone sent me an offer for $80. I countered back at $100. They countered back at $90, and I accepted that. I sold these for $90 plus shipping in under 2 weeks. I purchased them off of eBay in a bulk lot. My average cost is just under $10 each, so $9.50 into $90 plus shipping is awesome. Once again, same with the AirPods. I charge $5.87 for shipping on this, and it usually only costs me $4.40 to ship it out. Next up, we've got this Cleveland high bore. This is a 7-iron hybrid 33 degree. As you can see, I got multiple of them. I got the whole set from a garage sale for just $10, which is awesome. This just sold for $25 plus shipping. I decided to part these out just because each individual hybrid sells extremely well on its own with a great sell-through rate. But if I were to pick up a full set of these Mizuno MX200s, I would list the whole set together most likely, because when you look at the data, typically sets sell faster than individual clubs. But when it comes to hybrids, drivers, and sand and lob wedges, those actually sell better on their own. So that's what we did here. $25.39 plus shipping. Got it for about $1.50. This is one of my favorite brands. It's an Italian brand called Serengeti. These just sold for $45 plus shipping. They were listed for just over a month. I also got these off of firstclasstreasures.com in a static listing. Someone just listed like 30 pairs of eyeglasses for $90. After shipping, I'm into these for about $3.12, and they just sold for $45 plus shipping. Next up, not nearly as glamorous, we sold these vintage Tura eyeglass frames. They're the model 620BW. Comes with a little cloth case. These only sold for $13 plus shipping. With the vintage Turas, it's tough. Some of them go for $15 like this one. Some of them go for $40 and $60. I had this one listed at $35, and it went through 3 90-day markdowns. So these were listed for just under a year. And then they got down to about $18. Someone offered me $13, and I took it. Awesome sale here. We have a Sony CyberShot. This is a 7.2 megapixel. I believe this is the DSC-W110. Again, I got this off of First Class Treasures. There's an awesome seller. It's 2 college kids. They're called LJ Liquidation. They are doing a bi-monthly show on First Class Treasures selling cameras, some of them working, some of them broken, but they're very clear on the condition of the cameras. I sell broken cameras all the time for a great profit. This one is working. It just has a small mark on the screen. It sold for $70 plus shipping, and I got it for $12 on First Class Treasures. So if you haven't already, click the first link in the description of the video. It'll bring you over to First Class Treasures. Once you're there, whether you're on your phone or your mobile, that's the same thing, or your desktop, make sure you download the District app so that way you get a notification every time these sellers go live. It's during these live sales where you're able to get really good inventory that sells on eBay for a huge profit. These live sellers get all of their items for so cheap that they want to move it quickly, that they're willing to sell something that goes for $60 on eBay for $12 on First Class Treasures, because they're able to get their money faster and buy more items and sell more items. So it's a great opportunity for live sellers, and it's a great opportunity for buyers as well. So please check out that first link if you haven't already. Next up, we have these Michael Kors. They sold for $18 plus shipping. As you can see, got some major scratches right there on that lens. They were sold frames only. I got this off of an eBay bulk buyout for probably between $1 and $3. These went through one 90-day markdown, so they were listed for about 100 days or so. And then we also sold these Coach eyeglasses frames only for $30 plus shipping. Again, ultra similar situation. Bought these off of eBay in a lot and then sold the pairs of eyeglasses individually. These ones sold in under a month. And then we also sold these Nike eyeglass frames for $32.50 plus shipping. Once again, got these off of eBay for $1 to $3. Sold them for $32.50 plus shipping. These ones hit the 15% markdown and sold almost immediately. They were listed for 93 days. I sold these two Villa Hermanos diffuser refills. These are the watermelon flavor. There's two of them. They sold for $28, so $14 each plus shipping. I got these at TJ Maxx for about $5 each. I got thousands of them. These are the last two. I am done with that little chapter. I found these from Deal Soldier. There's a link in the description for that if you're interested as well. It's just an awesome AI app software that tells you about awesome deals in stores like Walmart, Home Depot, TJ Maxx, all those retailer shops. Again, I was able to buy, I think, 850 of them, and all 850 have now sold in under a year. First time I've ever come across this brand before. These are Garrett Light eyeglasses, sunglasses. They sold for $85 plus shipping. I got them for $1 at a yard sale. Really awesome pickup. Keep a lookout for Garrett Light. These were only listed for 2 weeks. I had them listed for $120, similar to those Tiffany & Co.'s. Someone offered me $75. I countered with $100. They countered with $85, and I took it. Hopefully this isn't getting too repetitive, so I'll be quick. Sold some more Michael Kors eyeglasses for $20, $18 plus shipping. Again, got these for under $2. These ones took 95 days to sell. We've got a Callaway XR 9-iron here, sold for $30 plus shipping. Got this one at a thrift store for $3. 10X in right there. It was listed for 45 days. I put it up for $40. Someone countered with 25. I countered with 30, and they accepted that. I got these brand new Wiley X motorcycle sunglasses at a yard sale for $10 last week. These were only listed for 3 days. I listed them at $50, and someone was watching it. I offered 15% off, so they sold for about $43 plus shipping. Awesome investment and awesome turnaround time. Another awesome sell here via Deal Soldier. I got these shoes at Ross for $20. I listed them too high at $90. After the 15% off markdown, they went down to, I don't know, what is that? Like $72 or something. And then someone offered me $67 plus shipping, so I took that. If I would have listed these cheaper, they would have sold much quicker. But I'll take the profit on that for sure. 20 into 67 plus shipping. These are the AH 4000-100 Nike football cleats. These are for linemen. I believe these are size 14. Great purchase and great sale. We got some JLab earpods here. They sold for $20 plus shipping. These are complete. I got them out of a casino buyout. My cost of goods in this is $4. Into 20 plus shipping, we'll make about $15 profit on that, and it sold really quick in under a month. Wow, this one sold so fast, it hasn't even been skewed yet. I listed this yesterday at around 5 p.m. and it already sold in under 12 hours. It sold for $18.87 plus shipping. I bought this off of eBay with a ton of different remotes, as you guys can see here. My cost of goods into this is about $1.12, and it sold for $18.87 plus shipping. We have a First Class Treasures sale here. These are some more Tiffany & Co. eyeglass frames only. Again, I got these for $9.50 on eBay. They sold for $80 plus shipping on First Class Treasures. I believe this came from someone typing into Google Tiffany & Co. eyeglasses or sunglasses. And we ranked in search, so they bought them. Really awesome sale. And then we got one more smaller sale on First Class Treasures. Let me show you it. It's these Warby Parkers. I got these off of eBay for $2 or $3. They sold for $24.87 plus shipping on First Class Treasures. These ones were listed for about 90 days or so. We sold 2 vintage Power Rangers here. I got these from a First Class Treasures live show for $4. Just sold them for $15 plus shipping on Mercari. Not the biggest profit, but these bread and butter items made us a ton of money over the last 40 hours, and they're going to continue to make us a ton of money throughout the rest of our lives. So, got these off First Class Treasures, sold on Mercari. These were listed for about 120 days. And then we also sold one more pair of Warby Parker eyeglasses. They're metal framed aviators. Mercari doesn't give me the SKU, so I have to go upstairs to look for them on the computer. So I'll just let you guys know, $35 on some metal framed aviator Warby Parkers. We got this Bare Minerals ID eyeshadow, sold for $22 on Poshmark. I got this just under a year ago at Ross for $4, $3.99, and it sold for 22 bucks. Sold this Canon Ixus 115HS. It has a small mark on the screen. Got this on First Class Treasures from LJ Liquidation. I believe I'm $21 into this one. It just sold for $84 on Poshmark. It was listed for under a month. We sold a 2nd generation AirPod Pro for $30 on Poshmark. This one was, my cost of goods into this is about $1.50, maybe $1.80. And it took 2 months to sell. Sold this Revereware kitchen pan on Poshmark for $22. It is the 12-inch 90A. I don't pick up the quart, like 2 or 4 quart saucepans from Revereware anymore, but I do pick up these skillets. They still sell well. I got that at a thrift store for $2, and it sold in under 2 months. We've got another Deal Soldier sell here. Let's Go Ghouls. This is a Halloween decoration I got from TJ Maxx for only $6, brand new with tags. It sold for $25 on Poshmark. Get your Halloween items up ASAP. I sold this DSC remote commander for Smith Electric Trains. This is for a electric chain set. Got this off of eBay. My cost of goods is under $2, and this just sold on Poshmark for $60 plus shipping. All right, the next part of my morning I call my computer work. This is gonna be a little ghetto. I should probably just screen record this, but I'm just gonna record it on my phone because I'm lazy. So I have 2 softwares that I use. The first one is Flip, FLYP. It is free for the first 100 days, and then it is just $9 per month after those 100 days. Very affordable and awesome. I use this for 2 features, for the orders and for the sharer. I'll show you the sharer in a minute because it's part of my workflow. And then I also use CrossList. CrossList is awesome. You guys are gonna see how quick it is to import and put my listings on other platforms. But anyway, so first thing I do is I just copy and select all of my listings from Flip. And then I go to Dashboard CrossList. I paste them here, and then it shows me this is listed on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. So I go ahead and I delist. I don't have to select anything. I just hit delist everywhere. And as you can see, it is delisted off Poshmark and Mercari, and it can't be delisted off of eBay because it no longer exists on eBay because that's where it's sold. I'm not going to show you this process for all of the listings, but I just go through and I mark all of my listings as sold for the day. All right, that was a very quick process. Now we're to the next part of my workflow. We're gonna go to my listings and go to drafts. We have a draft bank of just 88 items right now. We're gonna go ahead and select 20 items. So I usually do 10 eyeglasses, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I do 10 other items. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've been pretty lazy lately. Brindley does all the eyeglass listings and I do the majority of the others. So it looks like Brindley has been creaming me lately. So how many did we select? 14? Okay, and then we'll just do 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. we'll go ahead and resume drafts. Okay, I'm gonna go right here to my notes where I have my description. So I'm gonna do that for all of these eyeglasses. Bulk edit, item description, add to beginning, paste, ultra simple. Okay, then for the other ones, I just have these. All items are cleaned and or tested. We usually ship next business day. On rare occasion, we take the 2 full business days to ship. Free returns. Thank you for supporting my small family business. Please message us about any issues or problems with your order, or if you have any questions before purchasing. Go ahead and copy and paste that to these 4. Item description, add to the beginning, paste, apply, and then we have just one last one here. This battery, this watch, it is battery operated, and so I add to the beginning of this one as well that it works great, just needs a new battery. Apply, and then we submit. So we have all 20 of those going live. We have 2 duplicates because I copy my own listing, so I'm just gonna add an explanation point to both of these to make them different. Oops. This is fun to do with one hand. And then we're going to submit that. All right, looks like we have 3 of these pairs, so I'm just gonna put a random letter at the end, so that way it's different. Oh, oops, what am I doing? This actually just has an item specific that's missing. I'm silly. Eyeglasses. Make sure that that actually says saving. Now it's done. Now we can submit that. Excellent. All right, that process is done. Now we're gonna go back to dashboard cross list. We're going to hit import from eBay. We just listed 20 items. So we're gonna select the last 20 items that we just listed on eBay. We're gonna import, and they're importing 20 items. It takes less than a minute for 20 items. While those are importing, I head back to eBay and I go to my active listings and I go to start date and I select the most recent 50 items. Okay, these 50 items have been in my store for around 90 days. So I go ahead and I end these listings. Okay, those are ending. It's actually taking a bit more time than usual. Then we head over to unsold and we make sure that it is on 50. We select those 50 and we hit sell similar. I select all of them. I go to buy it now and I lower by 15% and I hit apply. And then I hit submit. Boomski. Awesome. Now these are all imported, so I go to my inventory and I select these 20 that have just been imported and I'm going to bulk list them to Poshmark and Merkari. I hit post and it goes through this, and this process is very fast compared to other cross listers that I've used. For these 20, to list it from eBay to 2 other platforms is probably going to take about 7 or 8 minutes. So the first one's already cross-listed, which is great. Now, while those are cross-listing, I head back over to Flip and I go to my sharer. This is an automatic Poshmark sharer. So when I first got this, I used this to cross-list all of my items, but the process is very manual and takes forever. So I got cross-list because it is extremely faster, but I keep this because it's only $9 a month. One feature that I really like about it is it just shows me all of my sold listings on all of my platforms. So I'm able to easily copy and paste them. and then delist them over here on CrossList. CrossList is working on that feature where it just pulls all of your sales from the other platforms. So you can do that just on site. That'll be coming out soon. But until then, I'm using this. And then even when that is updated on CrossList, I will still keep this just for $9 a month because I can share 6,000 of my listings on Poshmark every day. I can send automatic offers, I can send bulk offers, and I can follow automatically 1,000 people. And I just have this running in the background all day long. It ends up getting me usually 4 or 5 sales. I average about 6 sales per day on Poshmark right now. And it is all thanks to these 2 softwares. I'm able to get everything quickly cross-listed over to Poshmark and Merkari. And I'm able to share all of these with the Poshmark sharer. Excellent. Once my computer work is done, I list 20 items. These are all the items we got from yard sales on Friday and Saturday. I'm going to clean and list 20 random items while Brinley is shipping all of these items. We do that in tandem. And then when I am done with these, I'll show you the next thing that I do. And when she is done with shipping, then she lists 20 pairs of eyeglasses. So we've had a lot of stuff going on right now. So our draft bank is only at 88, now down to 68. We usually have a draft bank of over 150 items, but we've had a ton of family events recently and we've just been taking a couple of days off. So, but things are going great. I'll show you guys here. I got a ton of good stuff on the yard sales. These are Warhammers. I got all of that for 50 bucks. This sells for 30, that sells for 80, and then I'll probably get another $40 for that loose stuff. This Legzercise sells for about $150, got it for 5 bucks. I got these Kobe's. I paid 45 for them. They're size 12, they're awesome. They sell for about $300 to $500, so that was freaking dope. But anyway, I'm gonna get 20 of these items listed, and then I'll show you my next step of my day. All right, that felt like literally 1 second for you guys, but I just listed 20 items. Cleaning them and listing them took me 71 minutes. So I think that's a pretty great time on that. Now let's go ahead and get to the next thing. The next thing that I do is I process returns and orders. So I got 2 returns here from eBay, this golf club, as well as, I don't know what that is yet, but I'll open it up. And then this is an order that I purchased off of eBay. I think it has 50 pairs of eyeglass frames, including some Gucci, Tiffany & Co., some really high-end stuff. So I'll open that for you guys and then get those over to Brinley's bucket so they can be listed. And then these are just 1,000 plastic bags to skew these remotes. My mother-in-law is coming over today and she's gonna skew all of these so that way they go into those baseball card boxes that we have downstairs in the garage. So when all of these things sell, they are ultra easy to find. So let's go ahead and see what's in this box. I paid $135 for this lot. It came with 23 eyeglasses, so my average cost is $5.68 per pair. I'm gonna go ahead and open these up and show you guys the highlights. All right, here are all of those eyeglasses. They actually ended up sending me 30, so they threw in 7 extras for free. If you guys are going to sell bulk lots, either statically or especially if you're going to do it live on First Class Treasures, I recommend doing this practice. It creates a lot of return customers, makes your buyer feel really good. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 glasses over here. I'm gonna be running all of these live on First Class Treasures. There's 2 pairs of Tiffany & Co.'s in there. That's a Burberry, there's a Gucci, and then 2 Versace's. Those ultra high-end ones, I just sell them individually on First Class Treasures. They usually go anywhere between $40 and $100, which is awesome. Awesome profit for me because I'm only $4.50 into them. And then someone else is able to sell them, like these Tiffany & Co.'s will most likely go for about $65. And then someone's able to sell them for $100 to $120. So I make an awesome fast profit. They make a good profit. And then all of these other eyeglasses will just be going on eBay. We got a ton of Coach, Dolce & Gabbana, more Coach, more Dolce & Gabbana, Imperio Armani, Kate Spade, Coach, Polo Ralph Lauren, Tom Ford. That's another really luxurious eyeglass. I'm thinking about running it on First Class Treasures, but I ran some Tom Fords the other day, and they didn't get as much love as the Versace and Gucci and Tiffany & Co. So those will probably go on eBay, probably sell those for like 80 bucks. We got some more Burberry here, Armani Exchange, Michael Kors. Really good stuff. So all of these, average cost of $4.50. These are going to sell between $15 and $40. And then the Tom Fords will go for like $80. These Burberrys will probably go for like $50 or $60. So an average sales price, I would say, of $30 plus shipping right there. And then I'm probably going to get an average price of $60 each there. So $135 into just under $1,000. Really awesome stuff. Actually, that's just over $1,000. If all of these go for $30 each, that's going to be, what is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 times 30. Yeah, that's really good money. Almost $1,000 by itself. And then we'll just say 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300. So yeah, after taxes and fees and everything, we're looking at over $1,000 in profit. It is Monday, August 11th. I'm going to be running these tomorrow on First Class Treasures tomorrow night, the Tuesday, August 12th. If you want a chance at them, make sure you're there. Going to be selling a ton of other really cool stuff. But if you haven't yet, go ahead and download the District app and join First Class Treasures. First link in the description on YouTube. Let's get into my next work activity. Awesome lighting here. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to post a short video on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. I've been really slacking in the social media department over the last 7 or 8 months, so my totals have gone down significantly. And then I started to do really good about 2 months ago, and then I'm in another slump right now just because I have so much going on. But I'm going to post a short to those 3 platforms. Right now, I'm only getting about $500 a month from TikTok. I just got $800 this month from Facebook, and then I'm making about $3,500 a month on YouTube. But the sky is the limit on social media. I really need to get back, especially on Facebook. I've made $9,000 in 1 month off of Facebook alone, so I want to get really back into Facebook content and things like that. It just sucks because I lost monetization on JRide Flips. So I made another Facebook channel called JRide Picks, where I got that monetized and I'm making good money on that again. But it was very disheartening. I lost a lot of motivation for Facebook because of that demonetization, because I made a video that had TikTok approved music, but not Facebook approved music. So I posted it on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, and it got demonetized on Facebook, and it screwed up my account. And that is still not monetized 8 months later after calling them dozens of times. Anyway, I'm over it. So I'm going to post those shorts, and then I'm going to edit and post this long form video on YouTube. All right, the video is edited and will be out soon once I attach this final clip. Now I'm going to go have lunch, which is a home-cooked burger that I prepared yesterday. It's going to be super awesome. I love burgers. So now I am physically nourished. I have taken care of my body in the gym. I am spiritually nourished, and I did some reading. I've gotten a ton of work done, and it is only 11:30 in the morning. I recommend just taking care of business before lunch. I have basically done a whole workday, got 20 listings up as well. All the items are shipped out. My wife and I are an awesome team. So I recommend getting as much stuff done before lunch. And now after lunch, I can do whatever I want. I can get some more listings up if I want to. I can do some more videos. I can prep for a live show on First Class Treasures. I can go golfing. I can go swimming. I can do a ton of different stuff. The world is my oyster because we worked really hard this morning. So I definitely recommend taking care of yourself and your family and your business before lunch. And then everything after lunch, you can live a beautiful, incredible life. Anyways, if you've made it this far, I really appreciate you being here. I hope I see you at First Class Treasures tomorrow and throughout the weeks. I really appreciate all the support over there. I know I'm throwing this down your guys' throats, but it's changing my life, and I think it's beneficial, a win-win for everybody. So click that first link in the description, sign up for, download the District app so you can get notified when we go live. And I'm really excited to rub shoulders with you guys and hang out in those live shows.